That's right, I have 3 days off. I tried to convince them to let me come in tonight, just because it's my usual working night. Apparently that was a snafu, that nobody knows who changed the schedule to make me work today instead of tonight, or last night instead of tonight. I'm good either way, but it's still just 3 days. I was hoping to get a 4th day. I need the money bad, and my boss man's like, no, I think they were just confused. We got to keep you at the 3-day thing right now because we're not allowed to give anybody any extra time. So just enjoy your time, which I will. All right, we're going to run over to storage because I think it's in the Fiat, but my the shirt for my sister-in-law that my brother requested that I pick up is over there. So I'm going to go grab it. And then I'll let him know. I'll check in with him. He's pretty much an early riser. So I'll check in with him and see what the plan is. And I'm sure he's not going to do it too soon, but I'm going to try to go hit the gym and get a shower in. I probably need to sweep out this van too, but we'll see. Let's get to storage. I can't believe Halloween's almost here. I usually like to celebrate all the spooky season, and don't get me wrong, I've been watching a lot of horror movies for my 31 days of Halloween, to the point that it's, you know, a little taxing trying to stay caught up. But this week's the last week to go to that haunted house, and I really shouldn't spend the money on it, but I really want to go. I never really get to do anything anymore, but I'm also broke as, you know. All right, we are almost there. I should go into my storage, but I think I'm just going to check the Fiat and get the stuff done since my brother's coming into town. My brother's in town. But he leaves at 2 o'clock today in the afternoon, so he's going to meet me sometime before then, and we have a meal. He's got a title that he's got to pass on to me, and I got a shirt to pass on to him, and that'll be it. Alright, always a good sign that the Fiat is still there. If you guys recall, we inflated the tires the last time we were here, so they should be good to go. I just want to check the charge, and if the shirt's in there, that's all we're going to do today. Alright, car started right up, no problem. We're at 72%. Got the shirt, so that's another good thing. I did forget, I have a tote box back here that I want to drop off at storage, just because it's taking up a lot of space. I need to get something smaller for it, but now that I put that drawer system in for my clothes, that one's in a spot that's kind of in the way. The cats don't like it being there, so I'm gonna go drop it off. And it's basically my HBA stuff, so I need to grab what I use regularly and leave the rest of it there. That's a good tote box that I can siphon some of my stuff that's in cardboard boxes. It's one of my red tops, so that'll work. So let's do that real quick. Yeah, that sounded like my Jackery fell, which, you know, it's not like it hasn't fallen before. It's not good, but in time, everything will have its place back there in the van. Everything will have a secured place. Like, I hope to have either a shelf or some kind of hooks that the Jackery can hang its handles on, and that way it's always up and out of the way. I got a lot of vertical space that I need to make use of. It's just everything takes money, and every dime I have is just spoken for. So that's my only headache. That's why I would have liked to have gotten that 4th day, but it was not to be. But in time, everything in here will have a place, and everything will be perfectly where it's supposed to be. Hopefully before we hit the road and do some, you know, trips. All right, let's see. Since I got the tote box, I didn't feel like taking it all the way down steps, so I'm going to park by the door. Kind of hoping there's a cart. There's a cart right in that other door, but if there's a cart, I don't have to pull mine out. I'm also going to sift and clean the litter and use their dumpster here before we leave. I don't see a cart. All right, let's get this done. All right, got the tote box. It's fairly empty, but it takes up a lot of room. I do have a bunch of stuff laying in the floor that was in this tote box that I need to put into something smaller. I guess that's good enough. All right, that's done. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and sift this litter so I can dump it in the dumpster, and then we'll get out of here. Well, I just got a text from my brother, and he says we can meet at about 3 o'clock over there at Buc-ee's. So that plan's in motion. I need to see what time my gym opens on the weekends. I think it opens at 7 though. I think we're good. Let me see. All right, off to the gym. It's Sunday and it's chilly, and Southerners hate cold weather. So I'm kind of hoping the gym is open and not too busy. We'll get in, get a quick workout in, take a nice shower. Didn't get one yesterday. And then I'm gonna probably need to go back there and straighten up the van a little bit, but if I have to see my brother till 3, I am probably going to catch some shut-eye. 3 days off, man. I just had my money squared away a little bit better. We'd go somewhere for 3 days, for the 3 days off, guys. Anywhere. But it's fine. I still don't have as much money as I need, but at least we have some money, and at least we have food in our cooler. Gonna see my brother and have a nice Buc-ee's. I'll probably get a sandwich this time. We just got a long time before the next payday, and these next paydays really aren't that much now that they've shrunk me from 4 days to 3 days. I mean, I'm happy with the time I have. I could just find a way to make it work. But that's why I say, can't look at van life with almost no money. All right, gang, we're here. Now I just gotta grab some shorts, I guess, and see you in a bit. All right, gang, I am done with the gym. Did a little short workout. There was some drama. This guy and his 2 younger kids were taking other people's machines, and this older guy simply said, "Hey, I'm using this machine," and the dad went all nuts. And kind of weird for a Planet Fitness on a Sunday that early in the morning, but it all calmed down because the older guy was just like, I was just giving them an opportunity to do the right thing, and then he walked over to another machine. But I don't know, Seemed like it didn't need to escalate to the dad just going flipping crazy. Other than that, took a nice hot shower. I was the only one using the shower this time. Someone was using it when I first got there, but when it was my time, I had the showers to myself. It's always nice. It means you get most of the water pressure and really hot water. All right, I'm gonna go to Dollar Tree because I'm looking for something. All right, just got out of Dollar Tree. Since I got rid of that big tote box, and these are the only ones they really had over Dollar Tree, I did this. I got 2 of these, and they fit down here like this. Give me a little bit of space in front. Got to clean that up again. Cats, man, what do you want? But one of the totes has my H. Getting coffee with my brother. All right, everyone. Just got dropped back off at the van. Funny enough, I'm turning right back around and headed back from where I came over by the Buc-ee side because I'm going to go over to that Walmart, and he's going to meet me at that Walmart in about 4 hours to pass the title off. So I might go inside and see if they got any of those propane containers for my buddy heater. It's really rainy and overcast today, but it's really cold. And I'm not working, like right now I'm fine. I'm in shorts and a t-shirt. I don't get that cold. But it might get too cold tonight. I'm not sure in the van. We'll play it by ear. I'm not really worried about me, but you know how the cats are kind of babies. They'll get in the bed with me and that's fine, but if it gets too cold for them, I want to make sure I have an option. And the only option I do have is my buddy heater, which I hope still works because it's about a year old now. Been getting beat around in storage and in the van and stuff, but I want to make sure I have it. And if I don't need it, then, you know, I have some little propane bottles for when I do need it, or eventually going to need it regardless. Now, do I want to have a diesel heater like everybody else on van life? Yes. I don't know if I'd be able to hook it up fast enough before it gets too cold, but it's just not in the budget. There's other things for me to get, so ideally I'm hoping my buddy heater, and I'm going to get that 12-volt electric blanket next payday. I'm hoping that keeps us all warm enough. And if it gets too bad, you know, on a really cold night or something, you know, I'll just grab a hotel. But I know eventually I'll need to get one of those diesel heaters because that's what works in a van. Like I said, money, money, money. All right, I'll catch up with you when I stop. I mean, it's going to be my only source of heat, so I might as well have a 4-pack to get ready. Tell you what we're not getting today. We are definitely not going to get any sun. Well, let's go park and post up. We're going to park on this far end of Walmart like we usually do for a little bit. It is 1 o'clock, so probably about 4 hours. My brother's going to come over here just to drop off that title that I need, and then he's going to take off. So I got that propane I showed you, but I also got a can of baked potato cheddar bacon bits, chunky soup. If I get hungry again this evening, I'm going to throw that in my warmer. We've never made soup in the warmer yet. Seems like the easiest thing to make. One of these times I'll try making some soup from scratch with it. All right, to the back we go. All right, in the back of the van, I shop vacked up the loose cat food and everything. The rest of this stuff is just old paint from when this was a paint van. But check it out. Got my buddy heater out. Already tested it once, but I'll show you. There it goes, and then we go to low, go to high. There it is. Now you can feel that heat. You know, before I had this divider, it was just okay, but now that I built this divider, it gets really nice and warm in here fast. And since this is my only source of heat, I'm pretty happy. All right. Well, we'll see how this works this winter. All right, gang, my brother just left. He passed me the title. I walked him into this Walmart, and he got a couple things with my employee discount, which basically just saves on taxes. I'm sleepy because it's past my bedtime, but I'm also going to cook up a couple of those burgers, the ones I got from that last video, because I'm hungry. So I got them in my warmer there. After I eat those, I am probably going to pass out in this Walmart parking lot. It's nice and cool. It's in the 50s right now. If it gets too cold, which I don't think it will, I'll turn this heater on. It's working really good. I straightened up back here so I have more room, and deleting out that tote box did great. I need at least one more of those Dollar Tree tote boxes for now, which are only temporary, which I feel bad about, but everything at Dollar Tree went up to $1.50. In case you guys didn't know that, there's nothing in there that's $1.25 anymore. It's $1.50 for just about everything I scanned. Oh well. Catch up with you in a bit, guys. Hope you're having a great day. Good night, everyone.